What's up, everybody? This is your boy Roman, aka Mr. Anime 343, back at it once again. And today, I got a couple of things I wanted to talk about. And hold on, I gotta get my guest on here. Oh, we got Matt, we got Shadow. Hold on, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Hold on, guys. I gotta freaking fix the audio here. So, oh no. All right, there we go.
So are we talking about the thing Doug Tennapel said about anime?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As much as I respect him for what he created, Earthworm Jim and whatnot, what he said about anime was just complete bullshit. Like, what? You're gonna tell me that something like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Get a Robo Armageddon, Armor Trooper Votom's Mobile Suit Gundam, them Vampire Hunter D et al. All look the same according to this jagoff? Are you fucking for real?
okay. Basically, he kind of actually. Okay, also, turns out I actually just received a message from him. He said he wanted to actually sit down and talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he doesn't turn this into one giant strawman fest, because good lord.
Look, I just actually simply gave him like my personal response to his like little comment in a YouTube video. Because, I did actually make like a response to, Doug in a form of a video, so and he actually said he really liked it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So my respect for him has gone back a bit.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm willing to actually, give him like, the benefit of the doubt, but I just hope that, hey sir now.
Hi.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same thing with me and Razor Fist. Like, I mean, I don't mind him dunking on anime, but good lord, there's more to anime than just Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. On the other hand, he did kind of introduce me and a lot of good folks to the wonderful world of bande dessinée.
Yeah, true, but that's
Yeah, well,
good.
the thing is Razor. What's up? I mean, Razor. For some reason, I don't know why he has his bias against anime. I don't get it.
Because he's actually a heavy metal poser.
Oh,
Dude, I'm a metalhead and I'm an anime fan at the same time. What gives, man?
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because of some biases or something. But
Yeah, he's
at the very
actually-
least, when he rants about certain things, when he rants about certain things like he's funny when he rants. When he goes on his political rants, he's funny as hell.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, the thing is with Razor Fist that he's actually been more a fan of stuff like Heavy Metal Magazine 2000 AD and all that. I mean, he doesn't really hate anime, but at the same time he's actually more of a, I don't know. He actually prefers more the European style of storytelling.
Oh, if that's just his preferences, so I'm not gonna drag him for his preferences.
Also, cock-a-doodle pussy!
That
And
never gets
yeah.
old.
Exactly. And Shadow, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, well, me, I'll back in your ass. Anyway, that's what I was about to say though. So first off, and once Didi gets I'll say it to her too, but my Wi-Fi is officially back on. However, I still cannot do the session today due to I got work at 2. But
Oh no,
tomorrow,
it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I would rather do it Saturday, to be honest. So.
well, that's good because Saturday, one itty bitty teensy wincy thing. Do you remember your character Charlotte's backstory?
I think so.
Well, I want you to no longer think so, and because I kind of changed it just a bit, that way it makes sense within the story. To kind of give you a heads up, you're 6 years old. Your daddy went to go get something. It was your birthday. He didn't come. Cats in the Cradle plays in the background, and your grandfather's butler picks you up. You live with him. You run away at 16. You became a little bounty hunter, and well, here you are now.
Okay.
I'll give you more details in the actual session, but well, you know.
Let's just save that for Saturday or
Yeah.
Friday if I don't feel like doing one of my sessions.
All right then, but just know and be prepared to have your mind pussy blown.
Oh, okay then.
It will be legendary.
Oh yeah, and I just want to make it clear because of something because overnight there's been some weird thing going on. If someone wants to accuse someone of being a pedo because they watch Boku no Pico or watched Shoujo Ramune, to me that's not enough evidence to call someone a pedophile. Just want to say that's not enough evidence. You have to show me something that they did that is real, not something fictional that they like.
Oh, you mean like Drag Kids or maybe that one movie that we're not going to mention?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make me very suspect of them if they like cuties or something like that.
But guess
But
what?
But if it's something that's related to anime, go fuck yourself.
But guess what? They would never say that because it's their thing. It's progressive. It's what they like and what they want.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and it's kind of funny since I'm not gonna say who, but I think we have a Claymore mine in the server. That's what I'm gonna call infiltrators, Claymore mines.
But like I mean,
I'm not gonna say who though.
Again, it's just the whole
On stream.
concept. Okay, but it's just the whole concept of, if we look at Kana from Dragon Maid licking a popsicle, that is apparently, bad CP, whatever. But if it was a drag kid doing the same thing, these mouth-breathing neckbeards would be applauding it, saying it's brave and bold.
Yeah, the thing is that people on the right wing would say both are bad, but I don't really see a lot of that. Usually it's from left wingers that are attacking anime.
But one thing I want to point out, one thing I do want to throw out there, because I really didn't finish what I wanted to say in last stream, when we had the glorious Empress Dawn with us to bless us with her glory. But one thing I want to say when we're talking about traps and fanboys, first and foremost, I'm making a video. My Wi-Fi is back on, which means I can officially get some new pictures, because there is a shit ton. I mean a shit ton of proof that Bridget from Guilty Gear is in fact a trap, aka a fanboy, and it's all over Japan. But the West doing what the West does.
Are you doing it on Twitch or just YouTube?
Oh no, I'm gonna make an actual video, meaning it will be a YouTube video.
Yeah, I know, but never mind.
No.
It's just I've been so used to you posting stuff on Twitch and stuff.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. But it's like this will be an actual video, as in a review thing, like a normal thing. It won't have anything to do with like me playing games while talking about. Most because I want to focus. But one thing I want to throw out there though, if you look at Bridget's symbol on his head, the headband, it's not a trans symbol. It's an androgynous symbol. The arrow pointing upward with the minus sign under it, that's androgynous.
Yeah, but people don't understand that. People think it's... People want to, honestly, in my opinion, that should be the symbol for a Fuda. Just saying.
Oh, and one other thing to also note, by the way. They always talk about when Bridget talked to what's-his-face, Gold Louis or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
When Bridget says, I'm a girl, they fail to realize is Bridget not only is popular in Japan, like the Japanese people love him. And he is a part of the, I forgot what it's called, the Atakuna, something like that. It's a Japanese femboy group, and it's an actual culture. It's a culture in Japan where they, dress as girls and stuff like that. Well, it's a
Yeah.
subculture.
Isn't there a term called Okama, or am I wrong?
I mean, it's like that, and also hi GD, good news. I have Wi-Fi, so be ready for a session on Saturday. But as I was saying though,
I
We gotta
don't
go into the
suppose you'd
facts.
be willing to do a session tomorrow instead.
well, I mean, my session for Saturday, but yeah, your session tomorrow too.
Oh
But
no, I meant you, because I was excited
oh,
for finding home, and I was upset that you couldn't do anything.
aw. Now, see, that right there really touches my heart. I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way. It's like, it really makes me want to, do more and really put more effort into, my sessions. Thank you, Dee Dee. But as I was saying, though, it's a culture, subculture in Japan. They go with femboys. They call themselves traps, and they even that's what Bridget is a part of. Bridget is a part of this whole trap culture that is in Japan, and they themselves say, "I'm a girl."
Well, that's why I asked about the Okama thing, because if I remember correctly, thank you, One Piece, for this, and Oda-chan. But Ivankov calls his Nakama Nokama or something.
Mhm.
Basically a play on Nakama and Okama.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it was, but I think that's like another name for it too as well. But the one thing to note here is Bridget doesn't say it as a trans way. Hell, they were even saying it was like it's a male daughter or something like that, where it's basically a femboy. And again, this is all over Japan. The Japanese have stated that in Japan, still, Bridget is a femboy. It's only in the West, and you have that admin in the here in the West who has locked Bridget's page where you can't edit shit. You can't even discuss it. If you try to discuss it, you're banned. You're terminated.
Give a hacker enough money, and they can unlock that page for you and edit it to say Bridget has a cock of a god if you want.
Oh my.
Yeah. Honestly, too bad that's a crime. Too bad that's not legal. If it was legal, I'd probably have someone do it. But...
You think a hacker fucking cares as long as they're getting paid?
I mean, Chief is a
No,
hacker.
but I don't want to go to prison. Let's just say that.
But I mean, one thing I just want to throw out there though, and I'll say it right here. A certain individual, I'm not going to say their name, but all of us know who this is. They identified as a femboy. They seeing Bridget was kind of a comfort thing for them, and Bridget's the same way for other feminine men. But these psychopaths who are like, yeah, erase femboys, yeah, these psychopaths demand that as soon as a boy puts on pink, or a girl puts on blue, they are to transition right then and there.
Here's what I recommend. I recommend that someone.
Half the Disney princesses, then, considering a lot of them wear blue.
In other words, we basically have a whole legion of fucking Kefkas from Final Fantasy VI.
But also, Shadow, Sona wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone should make a mod for Guilty Gear Strive on the PC that changes the profile back to from he to she, or from she back to he, because to correct what the freaking vocalizers did.
And you know what I'm also going to do when I play?
Say this, I still wouldn't agree to it, but if there was no representation for people of being transgendered in anime, I'd be like, I kind of get it. I don't agree with it, but I kind of get it. But then you look at animes like My Hero Academia, where they have trans characters up the wazoo, and it's like, you have no excuse for making Bridget trans.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of
that, if you want to make a trans character, make a new character. Don't overwrite an existing one.
That's what I've been saying about queer characters in general. I'm tired of let's make Iceman gay for the gay people, and it's like, no, the gay people I know are like, what the fuck is this? We don't want Iceman. We want an actual gay guy.
See, the thing is that these localizers are basically taking IP that isn't even theirs and pulling a Marvel and DC.
But here's what I'm going to do, though. I'll tell you this right here and now. When I start live streaming Guilty Gear, I will refer to Bridget as a male, as a femboy. And if anyone says anything, I will say I respectfully disagree, but Bridget is a male.
You might want
So-
to make sure that you have the bisexual flag on your avatar, because if you don't, they'll just claim you're
that
fucking cis.
that's
asshole
just
thing.
that's something else I want to point out.
They're still gonna do it anyway because
I'm just afraid that Twitch might be crazy enough to ban someone over calling Bridget, a fictional character, a man.
By the way, one thing I want to point out though is in my video that I'm planning on making, the second thing I'm going to do my intro, but as soon as I begin, I'm going to say I want to start this video by saying, first off, the two arguments that I already know are going to be a thing in the comment section. Oh my God, you're just a cis man, and oh my God, you're a phobe. First, no, I am bisexual by all means. I enjoy cute guys as well as hot women, and also as for the transphobe, I got that laundry list ready.
Also,
I-
I actually have to, guys, hold on. I gotta read what Bazinger says. I'm no Boku no Pico fan, but the only good thing that it is about it's fictional, not real. But yeah,
Thank
also
you.
Yeah, tell that
Basically, what I've
to
been trying to
some
say-
people who keep, you know.
Basically, what I've been trying to say ad fucking Astra.
Yeah, but I think, and what scares me is I think there's even a couple. I think that there's some pedo accusations going on about a couple of people that are solely based on them liking that and shoujo ramen. It's like they're anime. Lay the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Don't quit making accusations over anime.
One thing I also want to talk
Anyway, I wanted to say you have a point, Cerno. I mean, they did hire Deer Girl, who is a trans woman, and that's like, okay, cool. You
makes sense.
rock. But then they say they identify as a male deer. I'm like, then why the fuck are you saying you're a trans woman if you're gonna? It's already weird enough you're identifying as a deer, but you're identifying as a male deer, which makes it like, how the fuck are you a trans woman if you're identifying as a male deer?
Yeah,
It's an oxymoron.
Oh, hey, I just said that. But one thing I do want to talk about too, by the way. So what? Another thing to note here is basically they're taking the voices away from the gays and the bis who are attracted to feminine men. Just like with that one manga that was localized to having the cute femboy say, "I'm a woman now," is some bullshit. And
Yeah.
it's like, wait a minute.
That's not the first time they've had to retract their localization. They need to start firing people.
And it's
I
like,
would
It's
love-
Devin's easy to fire them.
I would love to see Coco Peru and see this shit and given the context.
I think
Because from what I read, he's not okay with this. Oh, you dress as a woman, you must be a trans woman then. He's not okay with that.
oh, by the way, Didi. Pauline Phoenix is trans, right? The character is trans, right?
I'll have to look it up to be sure, but I don't. So I
I'm-
think they just got Coco Peru to voice her.
Okay,
The
I mean, I know
Main
Barney is.
character Barney is trans.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know if like Pauline Phoenix, if she was. But
No,
okay.
I think it's like Lumpy Space Princess, where they get someone who's male to voice the characters. You know, like Linda from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it just works. Same with Dr. Girlfriend from Venture Brothers. It just works. I don't know why, but it just works.
I mean, with Dr. Girlfriend, that was more of a a spoof than anything.
Yeah, but it was brilliant. They even poked fun at it in one episode where a couple of teenage girls go in and she talks and they're like, "Can we ask you something?" And she says, I belong here. My voice just sounds masculine."
Guys,
But
I gotta say, but Dr. Mrs. the Monarch actually has a very nice looking bod, though.
Yes.
yes, but one thing I do want to point out though
Kind of like
is
Dawn.
like one thing I do want to throw out there though is like I am going to mention Sadie Mae, who is trans. I'm going to mention
Best
Barney.
girl.
I'm going to
I mean,
mention
Billy's cute too, but Sally Mae.
and I'm going to mention Barney. I'm going to mention Poison and Birdo. Even though, granted, their history is kind of iffy because even to this day, it's kind of are they, aren't they? But I'm going to include them because
I don't know. Birdo has more of a leg to stand on since it does say that they think they're a girl.
true, but with Poison, they are very iffy due to the whole, oh, back then we couldn't have characters beat the shit out of women, so we had to say twins women, which is very disturbing when think about, but,
Don't forget,
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if she was if they made Poison canonically Fuda.
make sure
That would be
to
hilarious.
make sure to include Magni and Tiger from My Hero Academia.
Oh, I am, because here's the thing. If I just add Sadie Mae and Poison, two hot, attractive, sexy-ass, trans women, it would be considered fetishized, and I can see that. I could see how you would say that, but if I add Birdo, Vivian from Thousand Year Door, Barney, and all these other characters,
If you go with the anime version of the Sailor Stars, technically they would count because in the anime version, if I remember correctly, they were men, but when they transformed, they became women.
I think that's kind of iffy-ish because it's like, wait a minute, isn't that kind of like Bon Clay and Ivankov who can also change their gender at will?
Yeah, but at least with Ivikov, you can see that he's comfortable as a man or a woman.
True.
Yeah,
And
it would be funny. It would be funny if there was like a. Like those characters that can change gender at will. Imagine if they could become like just if imagine they could just snap their fingers and become a Fuda at will.
oh my. But
Sorry.
Oh
one
no,
thing
Cerno, that's how you get D&D horror stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, there was a D&D horror story where this guy doing his first DM. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind having some fetish and stuff in campaigns as long as everyone's comfortable with it. But this
Yeah.
guy basically made it to where any woman that touched this magic statue of goddesses who had Pepina became fetafutas, or however you say it. And everyone's like, look, we get it. You want to do that as the gods? Okay. And he turned one of the female player characters' character into one, and she was upsetting. And he was like, if you don't like it, you can leave. And everyone left, and he started complaining on a D&D thread how everyone just up and left him for no reason. Until everyone
did they know
what
beforehand?
he did, and everyone and the mods for the thing are like, yeah, if everyone isn't comfortable with this, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
I know. The thing is did she know before going into the campaign?
No, she didn't.
Oh,
well,
okay.
see, here's the thing. That's why when I do my D&D sessions, I know DD and Shadow are quite chill
you want to
with
you want to make a list of things that are possible beforehand. Like you make sure people are okay with fetish content like that.
The only time I ever have put a I guess you could say trigger warning, if you will, is in my early session, maybe like session 3 or 4. I don't know the exact number, but we had to save these elf girls from this clan of bad guys doing bad guy things, and one of them was like, yeah, we'll send the male elf children to the salt mines, and as for the girls, what I have planned.
Basically, it was that one scene from Skeleton in Another World where you see the two elf girls being molested by the Duke or something.
Which that's also where I got the idea too, and I even used that same image. Well,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If that's ever a thing in D&D, Specifically, finding home, Bethany's gonna cut his dick off.
Oh,
Yeah, you just but I'd probably have my character use their ultimate attack, just freaking burn him down, basically to leave nothing left of the rapist's body.
Oh, also, I just want to say
Incinerate them,
now.
body and soul.
Also, I just want to
I
say.
mean, you can do that, but me, I'd be doing like Game of Thrones, tying that asshole's body to a cross as an example of what'll happen to anyone else.
Oh, wait, no,
True.
you tie him to a cross, and you have buzzards bite his dick and balls off, only for it to regrow, and he has to live his
basically
days.
like Prometheus.
Yeah, but instead of his liver,
That
it's
sounds
his
pretty
balls.
brutal.
Well, I mean, they're rapists, so they deserve,
Yeah, I mean, if they're doing that kind of stuff, they kind of deserve what's coming to
Yeah,
them.
it's kind of only brutal if the worst the bastard did was like steal a loaf of bread or something. You know?
Yeah, then that's kind of like, come on, man. Does the punishment fit the
I-
crime here?
Yeah, I think that once someone is like convicted like 100%, where there's like no question that they raped someone, like if there's like legit like no question, like there's DNA evidence and everything, they should lose their human rights.
Oh, by the way, one thing I do.
It doesn't matter their gender either.
Yeah,
let Dio. Let Dio actually have the floor.
Oh, and Didi was talking though. Didi was asking us a question.
Dio, Shadow, did you see that thing about she who must not be named? I posted it in my news.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that filthy ass bitch.
She killed a man. It's considered manslaughter, but she still fucking killed a man.
And also
Why
one
is
thing
she behind bars?
Yeah, and also one thing I do want to say to.
Are you talking about the
Shit,
GG
no,
woman?
Just
The
She
woman
who must not be named lost to Johnny Depp recently.
The woman who likes taking a shit on a bed like a damn dog.
That's who you mean. Oh, yeah, her.
But also, one thing I do want to throw out there though is, now the last session was pretty good. Granted, we did stumble a bit with one issue that involved a dragon, not mentioning names. Dee. Oh, come on, Dee, that was funny.
Oh, sorry. My dad gave me a letter, and I'm going to have to call these people and ask what the hell is going on.
But basically, I did the whole Blitz thing where it's like, there's a lot of issues. We're not going to mention names.
Oh, the thing that a lot of D&D players use as a joke. Now, I'm not mentioning any names. Cleric.
Yeah, I mean, so you want to tell everyone what you decide to do with the bronze dragon.
I remember back in my session, I wanted
Must
to have
been
at
a
least
bad
2 boss
dragon.
fights. And I'm not gonna point any names, Didi, but let's just say I wanted a boss fight.
I also wanted the boss fight. The bronze, I had the.
I'm sorry. At the time that Wisteria was trying to save her fucking sister, so she was basically like, "Let's see if I can drag this dragon into a hammer space."
I think as a DM, like next time we do a session, I'm gonna make the rules
What
where
was the knight's excuse?
No void magic, no wormhole magic.
There was also the thing with Bethany where you wanted her to do the maze, but instead of being like, "Look, if you play my maze, I'll help you take down your stepmom," you jump straight to kidnapping Bethany's adopted goblin orc hybrid daughter, Felt.
Okay.
Did someone say goblin?
Well, Felt is a goblin orc hybrid. Her mama was an orc and her dad was a goblin or orc.
Yeah, see, the characters saved Felt from this, band because they're going to send her to a farm where they kill and eat goblins and make goblin nuggets.
It would be funny because the goblin slayer would be like, who cares? They're goblins.
Okay, so my question. So I get Wisteria and Bethany were pressured into saving their loved ones, but what was the knight's excuse? I mean, Was he threatening to kill Calico's Sith brother?
Well, I forgot what happened with that one.
Okay, guys, I need to call about this letter I got. I'll be back as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right.
But anywho, but yeah, well, let's talk about the woman who shits the bed like a dog. So
Oh yeah, her.
like why the fuck wasn't she in jail? Why wasn't she behind
Cause she's
bars?
rich. She's
Yeah,
rich.
there you go. And here's the thing: it isn't a white thing, it isn't a black thing, because a O.J. Simpson got away with something similar too, when there was a lot of evidence against him. But it's like, oh no, he's got money, he's throwing it at us. Let's let him walk free. So this ain't a white or
Yeah.
black or an Asian thing. This is a classman thing. Those who have
Yeah.
money can just throw it at you and
Yeah.
say, "Mr. $1 million says to look the other way."
Yeah, basically, white privilege doesn't exist. Rich privilege does. If you have a big bank account, you're you know, if you're like having these like billions of dollars, you're like, it probably took a lot. The government probably spent a lot of money to get R. Kelly put away, for example. They probably spent a lot of freaking money because and they just happen to think that putting him away was worth the money. See, when someone's rich, it's not whether or not they're guilty or not, it's whether or not the government thinks it's worth the money to put them away.
Oh, by the way, sure. Speaking of that, though.
Oh, hi, Nip.
Hey, I just got back from jury duty, and thank God I don't have to put an old man in prison, because I probably hate. I cannot even live with my life. But yeah, you're right about the fact that I could tell older people can also have a lot of money, and if they have a lot of money, you know what happens.
Yeah, like Jeffrey Epstein. He has his wealth and his connections.
You want and whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
That's the problem I have with our justice system. It's two-tiered.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Wait, what? He did?
It's a meme.
I know. I was like, oh, really now? Let me look this up.
They say he did, but the circumstances around it are really shady. It's almost like a government assassination kind of thing, like you'd seen a spy novel about a government assassination.
So I just saw like the topic today on Mr. Anime channel.
Oh.
I missed the other half of it. I was out and about in the real world. Away.
Oh, the real world where SJWs don't go to because it's scary.
So, who is this person in question though? That Miss Anime was talking about. I try to find him in question. I can't find him.
Oh, you mean Doug Tennapel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, he's a comic book creator.
And what did Doug Tennapel do? Did he like disparage anime or something? I haven't watched it yet.
Basically, he said that freaking comics were diverse.
Oh,
that's a lie. That is a flat out lie.
Doug Tennapel. Oh, what the?
Now
he's gone full woke.
Now,
I'd say.
sadly though, Dee Dee's not here at the moment.
Okay, basically, let me just put it like this. I actually decided to actually make a personal response out of respect for the guy, even though I don't agree with what he said. Basically, let me just put it like this. I didn't agree with what he said, so I honestly just, out of good faith, decided to actually, per se, make a video responding to him, out of respect, and, try to actually create, some kind of understanding. And he said he actually watched the video after I tagged it to it, and he said he liked it and he wanted to actually talk about it.
Oh.
Oh, that's
okay.
Nice.
So maybe he isn't an SJW then, because SJWs never talk about it.
He ain't.
Okay.
Let me finish. Okay. Apparently, I do not want to actually have another Jerry Conway.
I have no idea
What's
who that is. Oh wait, Jerry Conway. Yeah, that idiot who was like anime is sexist because hot babes, even though he was the guy that made Power Girl with the boob window.
Anime is sexist.
And what's funny?
Yeah, that sounds like more Anita Sarkeesian talking point.
What's funny about that is Natalie, a VTuber who reviews, well, mostly ReZero and stuff, but she reviewed the whole no, anime doesn't hate women, because first off, I'm pretty sure we can all list about 30 strong women. Mind you, to make it even more of a challenge, I guess you could say, it can't be itchy, meaning no Queen's Blade, Seven Kagura, or anything like that. It has to be, something that hasn't. That's like
Mainstream, basically, like
Yeah,
your shonen types.
yeah, like
Whoa, that
If you
sucks.
want me to quote some rather old school and obscure anime, no contest, man. I'm your guy.
Should I
One
mention
thing I do
manga
wanna-
anime?
One thing I do want to point out though is the fact that first off, anime is diverse. And one thing these idiots need to realize is there's a lot of people, the majority, 99%, are Japanese. The Japanese characters in anime are Japanese. Yes, their skin is
Yeah.
white and the hair is blonde and the eyes are blue, but Naruto Uzumaki is Japanese. Doesn't matter what hair or eyes he has. Sakura has pink hair. Pink hair doesn't exist in the real world, despite what Wokies may want. And every other hair color as well. These are fictional
Yeah.
characters. The reason why they look the way they do is to be unique and interesting and fun. And
Exactly.
also,
And what's sad about it is that
TV is back.
if someone wants to,
Sorry. I'm
if
sorry.
someone, oh sorry,
Unfortunately, I got a letter saying we need to know before the 16th if you'll be able to make your thing in 10 days. And it's like, thankfully today's the 15th, so I managed to avoid that. But it's like, why couldn't y'all have gotten me this letter at the beginning of the month when I would have had time to ask someone to give me a ride to bumfuck you?
because
the mail is very. The thing is that with how slow the mail is, I'm wondering if people are going to start getting busted by the IRS for things that they just did not have time to respond to.
Well,
Because
that
the mail is
proves
just so
why
fucking
email
slow.
is. That just proves why emails should be the thing they do more.
So the problem with email is that it's less secure.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do use email though, but I prefer to have a mail because I don't want to be like, oh, I didn't check my email, and then
Yeah,
it
the thing
comes
is,
in
if the
my-
government wanted to do email, they'd have to have like a specific inbox for every
I
person.
have no idea what just
Yeah.
happened.
Because
yeah,
phishing and stuff.
I was talking about the thing about me having an appointment to see a doctor.
oh.
give it a
Yeah.
shot, get your head in the game.
To be fair though, I'm one of those people who still prefer mail over email because it's like I have so much email. It's not even funny.
Well, I wouldn't mind mail if I actually got the letter before the thing, so that I could plan with a relative or something. Because my uncles, they work and stuff. I can't just tell them, hey, I need you to take off work just to get me to like the dentist or something. I have to go weeks in advance so that they can make sure they don't have to do something that day.
Yeah,
No,
that's kind of
I
an
can
asshole.
understand.
Like, not just that, but one thing that really pisses me off.
Oh God!
What
Bizinger
happened?
actually says the reason why myself doesn't want another Jay Conway is because he, as from Heel versus Babyface, himself and many others know that Jerry Conway did to anime and manga.
Who is
What did
Jerry
he do?
Conway and what did he do?
Remember Jerry Conway boob window Power Girl and said anime
Oh,
was
that
sexist.
fucker. The one who claimed that anime demeans women. Meanwhile, hello, let me rip the hole a little bigger so my boobage falls out.
Hey, on Didi, you want to hear something funny though? If anime demeans
Penis.
a woman so bad, then my older sister, right, and my cousin, who's one of my cousins and my family members, will probably hate it. And I can tell you right now, both are females, and guess what? They're also black women, and they also watch anime. So you mean to tell me it's so-called demeaning to women? By that point, I would have been called sexist by both of them. By that point.
Yeah,
It's that whole
yeah.
narrative.
Look, your sister and cousin aren't aren't factored into the equation because it would turn the whole complaining thing into Swiss cheese because it pokes holes in the thing.
That's kind of stupid, to be honest.
Oh, women are oppressed. No self-respecting woman would watch this big titty anime girl. Meanwhile, female anime fans like me watching the big titty anime girl.
I mean, and again, you go to any cons, they say hello. Hey, you don't have to go to cons. I have seen many people dressed as I forgot what her name is from One Punch Man, but the one that looks like she's in bondage gear with the big ass tits. Monster Queen, I think her name is.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched One Punch.
Well, there's, one woman who dressed as her, and she has the same exact size tits, too. There's a cosplayer who cosplayed as Passion Lip, who might not have had the exact size, but they were, milkers nonetheless.
Okay,
There's a
let's be honest. These are the same assholes who listen to that bitch who should not have been playing Faye Valentine because she's not Singaporean when she said, "Oh, no one can really wear the costume," and I'm like, you've never been to a con, have you? I have not only seen women cosplay Faye Valentine, I have seen men cosplay Faye Valentine, and those shorts are tighter because they got a sausage in those pants.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
Again,
sausage in those
they-
shorts.
But they won't
Funny.
point to them. They won't look at them because that destroys the narrative.
Okay,
You
well,
destroy the narrative, DD. And every other female who is proud of her body or is enjoying sexy women or whatever destroys their narrative.
Hold on, guys. Geek Freak actually brings up a good point. What about or anime that is for girls like Oran High School Host Club?
Yeah,
yeah, yaoi is different.
Say, man, Faye.
Yaoi is different because the she whales or whatever you want to call them still want to look at cute boys making out and stuff.
they want
And
they want
Oran High School isn't factored in because then they'd be in trouble for bashing the host club.
Yeah, and also, Lakeville9999 says, "Hail to the Opis."
Yes. But one thing I do
Oh,
want to
yeah.
throw out that though, is always their narrative is okay, but ours isn't. Just like when Thor flashed his ass for God and everyone to see, no pun intended there. That was okay. The women were like, "Oh my, this is what we want, yummy."
Oh,
Yeah.
how about the fact of the Wonder Woman sequel? You know, the one set in the 80s, where if the roles were reversed and it was like Superman or something, and some random girl being possessed by the spirit of Lois Lane, that would be considered rape. But when Wonder Woman does it, A-okay.
Yeah, there you go. Because it's their narrative. They want to seem like they're holy, just, and they know better. That's the issue with these assholes, these woke assholes. They want to sit on their high horse and crush the poor thing, mind you. But they demand that they be heard while everyone else shuts up. Just like we're going back to Bridget for one moment. The whole femboy
Paul, the she-whale broke Apple Butter's back. We gotta put her down.
But the thing is, Bridget is a femboy in Japan. Get used to it. If any wokies in the comments, Bridget is a male. Get used to it. Femboys exist not just in anime and video games, but in real life as well. They are not.
What do you think drag queens are? They're older versions of femboys.
There you go. And they are not. Hold on. They are not unhatched eggs. Do not say that a femboy or feminine man is an unhatched egg.
Coco Peru will put his hail in your crotch if you say that.
Not just that, But that's an absolute insult because what you're saying is we don't know ourselves. You know who we are. You know what we are. Meanwhile, we're
Oh,
too stupid.
wow, that's like the ignorant parent who's like, "Oh, you're not gay. You're just trying to rebel."
See,
No.
and this is why a lot of times I think it's more funny to me as well. The fact that these people don't understand that not many people care about femboys in the real world. Like you go in the real world, they will look at you like, "Oh, what is that? Oh, okay, who cares?" Most people in the real world would laugh at these people and look at them like, "Oh, you really care about this fiction and anime character stuff? Come back to me when you have bills to be paid."
And
Most
one
of them
thing I
will
want
say.
you to thought that. I mean, I wasn't done, but I don't want to interrupt you, Net. But what I wasn't done. What I want to say is also one other thing. Never, ever in a million fucking years call me or any other feminine man fairy boy or rose boy unless you want to be a punch out boy or girl.
In all fairness, gay,
Dio, that actually freaking was the internet right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
the queer community has, reclaimed the word queer, but gay men would not like the term fairy since it's a slur towards them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for Christ's sakes, Cronkite, some of y'all would know him as the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, or you're
Oh.
goddamn right. But
Oh,
he actually played Zed, I think it is, from Power Rangers.
Wait,
Yeah.
Lord Zed?
Well, it's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. I'm sure they got someone else to do the voice, but he was the one in the suit.
Wow.
And he was asked about Billy, who was given his last name as a way to honor him in a sense. Billy the Blue Ranger.
Oh yeah, I know
Oh,
about
yeah.
his story.
But the actor is gay who played Billy. And when they asked about how the guy who played Zed, how he felt about the character Billy having his last name, he said, "Oh, he's the Fey one." I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
It's like these
Mm.
people. It's like these people are just really that unintelligent, to be honest, and
But
disrespectful.
one thing I want to talk about though is you go back to Fairy Boy. That sounds like what you would hear in a schoolyard, like some fat ass bully saying, "Hey, you gay? Ha! Hey, everybody, look at the Fairy Boy!"
To be honest, though, if someone were to call me a fairy boy, did to me sounding a bit younger, and have a bit of a baby face, I would look at them in a straight face, like, are you trying to tempt fate? Do you want me to act a fool in real life?
Because
Oh
I mean,
god,
here's one thing I want.
I just thought of something. For anyone who knows Toho and all that, imagine if you use that word and all of a sudden you just got peppered with Danmaku.
But one
Oh,
thing I
Get it?
want.
As fairy? If you want to call me a fairy, okay.
But one thing I want to talk about though is like
I,
these
I,
people.
I actually do kind of want to see this at some point. And if y'all have seen any animes with this, please let me know. But I want to see, instead of the typical femboy like fairy male, I want to see this buffed out fairy. I mean, the closest we got is Jorgen von Strangle from Fairly Odd Parents. But I want to see
Jorgen von Strangle.
I want to see this fucking buffed out fairy who sees a human like, but the fairy male looks more pretty than the girls, and then you get the buff bastard come out and say, "You say something about me, wimpy boy."
You
I
know,
mean, we could
I'm
do that in Age of Heroes.
I'm surprised. You know what? Congratulations, Shadow.
You tempted fate, Shadow.
Yep.
It-
And also congratulations for not really congratulations, but guess who's going to try to wedge between Wisteria and Johnny's relationship?
You?
Conflict. But anywho,
Yeah, Wisteria is probably just gonna punch the guy in the nards and say, "I'm taken."
Damn.
but anywho, further, but no, these idiots. First and foremost, one thing I did see with the Japanese site, they're talking about the whole how the West has changed Bridget to trans and everything. They stated that this right here is
Sorry.
cultural
I am sorry,
appropriating.
but unless the creator of the game comes out and says, yeah, Bridget is trans, you should not be making Bridget fucking trans.
Oh,
I'm
by
not-
the way, here's one thing. This is absolutely stupid. Someone got the creator to sign a a drawing of Bridget saying trans rights or some bullshit, and it's like you didn't make them admit to it. They just signed a picture. You could have
Wow.
said Taco Tuesday.
And plus,
Doesn't
it was in
mean
English, right? The
yeah.
trans rights was probably in English. So,
Yeah.
A lot of these people need translators just to understand. I mean, Vic even told a story about meeting Romy Paku, who is, the Japanese voice of Ed in Full Metal Alchemist. And
Mhm.
they had two translators translating everything they said to each other. He even gave her a cowboy hat, which she still loves.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
follow her on Facebook.
yeah, these people, that like a lot of them don't know English, so he probably didn't know what the hell he was signing.
Well, no, I mean, the person even said that the creator was kind of confused as to what the hell they were going on about.
These people
Yeah.
should stop tempting fate.
This that's a little ridiculous, guys. Because
I mean-
basically,
imagine someone in Japan decided to do a thing of, let's say Steven Universe saying queer rights aren't a real thing, and coming and having Rebecca Sugar sign it. Rebecca Sugar doesn't know Japanese, but that doesn't mean she's agreeing to say that queer rights aren't real or something.
I mean, she doesn't know. I mean, that's the thing, is that it only would be valid if the person wrote like the told trans rights thing in Japanese, which they didn't. They used a language barrier to their advantage. And that's exactly what localizers do. They use the fact that we don't know the language in order to erase, in order to basically be a barrier, but like a middleman that basically, it's like a man in the middle of a it's
Don't
kind of
tell
like
me I
a
know
man in the middle of
several people
attack.
who speak Japanese, so I can find out if localizers are being accurate.
Yeah, there are people doing that on Twitter, and I think the thing is that if it wasn't for the fact that we like, the reason they can't hide this anymore is because we have the internet. Back in the 90s, they're basically doing what 4Kids did, except nowadays we have the internet and we can find out what the fuck they did.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. We can at least ease up on 4Kids because their minds were in sort of kind of the right place. I still don't agree with changing donuts, rice balls to donuts.
Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
Goddamn it, DD.
Oh
But
my
At
god.
least we got memes from it.
Look, even as a kid, before I knew about rice balls, I looked at a fucking rice ball, I'm like, what the fuck kind of donut is this?
I mean,
Exactly.
but it's like, I don't agree with that, but I can, yeah, sure, cut the blood, cut the cursing, all this stuff. Yeah, okay, it makes
That's
sense.
because what they did is they took shows that were for older audiences and made them for kids, basically. They made it for a different audience.
what about air guns for freaking Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like people look like they're actually just pointing their fingers instead of actually like holding a gun.
There was actually a clown character in Buggy's crew that, for shame as I call them, instead of removing the lip makeup because they thought it was blackface, they turned the character fucking white. I'm like, oh yeah, that's so much better. I mean, you only just whitewashed a black character, even if it's a background character.
Well, that's one thing I want to throw out there too, though, is guess what? Now, even though we're not really complaining, but we're making statements of how them changing Bridget to trans is wrong. I would still say the same thing if they were to take a trans character and say, they change it to a male or female. They took out the trans.
This is why when they did Ruby and Sapphire's wedding episode in Steven Universe, I love that Ruby was the one in the wedding dress, because Rebecca Sugar was getting pissed at Russia turning Ruby into a guy when she identifies as a female. So she's like, you know what? Ruby's the bride and Sapphire is the groom.
And this is what you call a pro gamer move. Like, she's just sitting down drinking some tea with a smug look on her face.
Basically, like, how you gonna explain it now, Russia? You've been making Ruby a guy, but she's the one wearing the fucking dress.
See, the thing is, what makes me laugh my ass off, what they're doing nowadays with the amount of censorship, is they're not helping themselves. They're making themselves want to go out of business at that point. If anything, I think it's a perfect opportunity to do a little corporate takeover, if you know what I mean, Dee. You know, take their jobs, maybe,
Take their jeeps.
just so we do a corporate takeover and teach them about a life lesson.
Oh yeah, apparently Cartoon Network isn't doing so good.
Go figure.
Uh-oh.
They got
Go
woke. Now they're
figure.
gonna go broke.
Now
They went
that means
woke. Not just they went fucking woke, but they keep showing shit like Teen Titans Go, and it's like, okay,
never
look,
watch it.
I'm not a fan of Teen Titans Go. I don't like the humor and stuff, but I could forgive it if they had more than just Teen Titans Go. You look at a scheduling for Cartoon Network, and it's Teen Titans Go, and maybe an episode of like Craig of the Creek, which is an actual good show.
So the thing is, if they would have put more anime, think how much slice of life anime they could easily get away with putting. If Contact really wanted to make money,
Oh,
it's easy
I mean,
money.
the thing is with both Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, they don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. And because you look back in the '90s, insert okay boomer meme here, but in all fairness, we could list a laundry list of cartoon shows on both
Now
that
it's mostly SpongeBob.
yeah, mostly SpongeBob. But it's just sad that the children today, no longer have a list of cartoons to watch. Disney is at least doing a decent job, and
I'm still pissed about them ending the Owl House early, but yeah, my God, if I want some variety for shows and stuff, I can go to Disney Plus and get something.
Mind you.
You go to Paramount
Yeah,
Plus
I mean-
or whatever Cartoon Network has for their streaming service.
HBO Max.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Where is the variety? Or hell, where are the older shows I grew up with so I can at least watch those? I mean,
Hey, Didi.
I fucking cracked up when my friend Rick actually tweeted at Craig McCracken saying, so how is this reboot of the Powerpuff Girls going to be better than the 2016 one? And Craig's response, I'm going to be there to work on it. And it's like,
Again, assuming it doesn't
oh!
get canceled due to the whole merger thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
by the way,
And you want to know what sucks about cartoons these days? There's not much variety. I mean, you don't.
Careful,
You
Matt.
don't
Careful, Matt. You're starting to sound like the crotchety old man that kids make fun of.
I mean,
I know.
I mean,
Hear me out, folks. Hear
I
me out.
mean, that's what I like about Matt. He's like the old grandpa.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Wait,
mean,
wait. How
only
old are you, Matt?
39.
He's in his 40s.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! I'm 34.
so
I'm
here's the
39.
so here's the thing from someone
I'm
who's
not
young
reviewing my
perspective.
age.
So here's the thing who's
I'm almost 20 if that counts.
so
You're
can
still
I
baby Shadow.
Fuck.
Just
so I
just know I'm
yeah.
young.
One at a time.
So can I get my perspective of this? I just look at the lineup in Cartoon Network and I'm looking like, what is this shit? I haven't watched Cartoon Network since 2013. And I'm looking at the garbage that's in the 2020s. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah, that's what I
Like-
mean. That's what I mean.
Like,
Nick.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
I
they're
thought-
also trying to
yeah.
break back Cartoon Network real again. And
see,
it's like,
the,
does it work so well
Damn it.
this time?
so
Yeah, but it
let me add
totally
add
works.
something on that one too, Matt. I come from the L when Desert Lavatory, Cow Chicken, since I'm 27.
You stupid dogs. I used to
Two
love that
stupid
show.
dogs.
I,
Two stupid
Yeah.
dogs. Two stupid dogs.
No, I mean, and I can literally list this if I really want to show this to you in the other chat. I mean, the private chat. As you could tell, I grew up in the early 2000s. I mean, early 2000s and late 90s.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I grew up with is actually stuff I actually remember. Especially
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say there. I mean,
The way they
you don't get much variety with cartoons these days. I mean,
You don't.
don't get high octane action cartoons. You don't get
And
the comedy cartoons these days are about as funny as a wet fart from Amy Schumer.
I mean,
you know, it's-
I mean, Netflix has been more or less doing better recently. Again, my only nitpick with Dead End Paranormal Park is the source material for the show was never meant for children. So why the fuck did you make it a children's show?
Yeah. And one thing I do want to talk about too, by the way, is the fact that these people like these shows. What I've heard from several people who do cartoon reviews is a lot of people are kind of, I guess you could say, scared because you got the angry moms, the angry parents. So like, this show's a little too violent for my precious little boo boo
The
baby.
Karens. Don't even get me started on the
Oh.
Karens.
let me see this right now.
With Dead End Paranormal Park. Anyone who looked at the source material knows this is not for children. There's even a thing that says teens and up.
Oh.
Never meant for children.
Oh, also, another thing, I gotta say this. Basically, did you know that freaking Cat Scratch, before it used to be a Nickelodeon cartoon, was actually an adult-oriented freaking comic made by Doug Tennapel?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Not surprising. Kind of gave
But-
me vibes of Ren and Stimpy in some sense.
I can also say another thing though. What also pissed me off with Monday Cartoon Network nowadays is that Monday Cartoon Network don't have variety, and the biggest example of variety, like there used to be shows like Camp Lasso and Camp Lasso, Robot Chicken, not Robot Chicken, but Robot Boy.
Robot Chicken's Adult Swim, sweetie.
I know, but Skull
Yeah,
Boy
Camp
and
Lasso
Mega
gave me
XR.
serious Rocko's Modern Life vibes.
By the way, one thing I do want
I
to
would like to think so, considering the creator of Rocko's Modern Life did that show.
By the way, one thing I do want to throw out there too is
I mean, originally the ending of the final episode, it was going to be Heifer from Rocko's Modern Life that had been locked up, but Cartoon Network doesn't own Rocko's Modern Life, so it had to be changed to a pink, wrinkly.
So another thing I can also bring up with this as well. Even when I was younger, as much I hated to admit this out loud, but there was original Transformers. I'm not Transformers, but the Transformer animation. I don't know why I call it that.
Transformers 2007?
Yeah.
Was it
And
the one with the girl that ended up being a robot?
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, I actually liked it. It's actually original. I mean, first of all, when I was younger, I did not like it. But now that as an adult, I actually damn, I actually like this. Why don't Cartoon Network do more of this?
It was also.
Yeah, by the way, Mr. A, I'm gonna have to bug out a bit.
Symbiotic Titan.
Yeah.
And again, the reason
And you know why Symbiotic Titan failed? Because it wasn't selling enough fucking toys. And I'm like, this is why
that was
should be given
bullshit. By the way,
first. This is why shows should be given 2 seasons first. If by the end of the second season it's still not selling toys, fine, be an asshole and cancel it. But 1 season is not enough to get kids to be like, oh, I won, insert name of cartoon, underwear, here.
See, and the problem is, I want to say this though, Dee. You probably agree with me this. I don't think toys should be the only thing that justify. Like, holy shit.
I agree, but it's like it frustrates me how many shows I wish got in second seasons, but didn't because they didn't sell enough
Like
toys.
Thundercats 2011?
Young Justice, anybody?
They fucking canceled Young Justice because it wasn't selling enough toys.
Again, that was bullshit.
Teen Titans, the original one, not only canceled because it wasn't selling enough toys, but because it appealed to girls more than boys.
Yeah, I've actually heard about that, Alan. Okay, Yanni says, did you hear about the rumor that Disney is getting...
Oh, no, they'll
Please
try to
God, no.
insert Mickey into it. No!
Please God, no. Please
No!
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna bug out for the rest of the day, guys.
Yeah, see ya.
Not much for me. Just
God
the
damn it.
to each other.
God damn it, no, I don't want to
dudes
see...
and all that. Yada yada yada. See you guys.
I don't want to see Mickey dressed as the Shinigami.
One thing I want to say though, I don't know how the hell they got not only the rights, but what the fuck? What business?
Because Disney is
do you
desperate for anime.
But what business do you fucking have with Bleach? Like, no, you
I
don't
don't know.
need to get Bleach. Stick with. How about you just stick with Bluey and whatever bullshit and leave it the fuck alone? Cause
Or considering all the video games you've made, that includes Twisted Wonderland, which is an app game, but I still play it because it's very fun, surprisingly. How about you? I mean, you got the fucking creator of Black Butler to do the art for Twisted Wonderland. Why not make your own anime off your IPs like Kingdom Hearts and Twisted Wonderland?
Wait,
I mean-
hold on a second. They did make. I think I remember they did make some anime based on their IPs. I think it was a Little Stretch and there was some other ones. If I remember correctly.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, maybe. Because I remember they did. I just need to look it up.
But I mean, it's just, what business do you have with this property? You know, stay in your fucking lane and don't you dare come over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. See, that's the problem with Disney. Disney need to learn how to just utilize your own damn IPs for once. Like, good lord.
I do love Miyazaki though, because when it came time for someone to buy the rights for the English dubbing of the Studio Ghibli films, he sent a katana with a note that said no cuts because he was still incensed about what happened with Nausicaa.
Also, Vizinger actually brings up a good point. Hollywood has found a new way to exact their vendetta against anime.
And how's that?
Honestly speaking, if they try to do that, it's just gonna backfire. Because
What do they want to do?
Basically, they're just actually making freaking live action adaptations without,
Oh yeah, that.
honestly,
Okay, if we're going back to live action adaptations, I'm going back to chill out that fucking bitch who again should not have been Faye Valentine because she's not Singaporean. We all here in Hollywood talking about how we should be representing the characters with people of their exact ethnicity. Yet you got some Hispanic woman playing a Singaporean, and that bitch had the nerve to say Faye's outfit is impossible to wear. And I've been to plenty of cons and I've seen men and women dress as this character, and the men have it harder if we're gonna go with that because they have a sausage in their shorts.
And
I got a snake in my boots.
It's even more funny how I seriously cannot take us seriously when you see that. Like, I'm looking at like, why are you making excuses? Do you job?
There's also a picture of her in an outfit that's similar to Faye's costume. It's purple, and as Geeky Sparkle put it, just make it yellow and you got Faye's costume. And I'm like, you fucking hypocritical bitch. You talking about this bullshit, and here you are wearing something that is basically the same thing as Faye's outfit. You bitch, you need a good slap upside the head.
Also, Roy Jackson brings up a good point.
Exactly.
Toys justifying entire series cancellation is stupid.
No, I said the same exact thing. I'm just like, why?
Could I speak?
Why? Okay, go ahead.
You know what? After you go first, and then I go next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I find it more funny. There are a lot of cartoon shows. I've been looking forever trying to find DVD box sets of them, and I'm like, they're like, oh well, this show, we canceled this show because no one likes it. I like it. What the fuck? I watch it. Hell, there's shows like Koyoko. Oh god.
Okay, these are the idiots who will basically say, well, it didn't sell enough toys, so obviously no one liked it. Or maybe there wasn't enough time for kids to realize, holy shit, there's toys of my favorite show. I want to buy it.
That's just one other thing to also note, by the way, is they don't promote it. Like, I've noticed how with Steven Universe, they just threw that show all over the place and hope for the best. But though, with Teen Titans Go, they promote it like hell. Like, look, it's Teen Titans Go. Why do you want to watch Teen Titans Go? You should watch Teen Titans Go. How about you go watch Teen Titans Go?
It fucking got a movie, and I'm still fucking salty about that.
Hell, and it's like, it's even more funny for someone like myself.
If you count Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans.
Hell, it's even more
funny. If we had to do a death battle between Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans would win because they're competent and don't do fart jokes every 5 minutes.
Oh god.
Dude.
Like I said, it's actually a thing.
It would be like this, okay? The goat would try to punch them, but you know in Dragon Ball Z, when a weakling tries to punch a really strong character, the strong character doesn't even flinch or move or budge. That's
Just
going.
basically flicks them and they go flying into the wall.
Yeah, there you go. Like every
So,
single.
freaking
Beast-
Geek actually brings up a point here, saying the left went after Geekdom 101 the other day because he went LMAO because someone said, I'm a girl and I like DBZ, and they took it the wrong way.
Wow.
I
The
think
left's not.
I think it's funny in the fact that everyone assumes that only guys like DBZ. Not
What?
only do I like yeah, people assume that only guys like DBZ. I like DBZ, and my youngest niece likes DBZ. She fucking wants to cosplay Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball. Not what we got in the later seasons. Akira, what
Oh,
the fuck did you do to Chi-Chi in the later series?
Remember, Akira forgets the DD. He forgets. He forgets how
Also,
to write the
the
characters.
Zinger,
But-
I only got this to say. Right, sorry.
But she actually wants to cosplay young Chi-Chi, badass Chi-Chi. She wants to be all the girl characters in DBZ because for her, any show she really saw for girls when she was younger was basically more or less the let's have a tea party thing. My Little Pony being one of the few exceptions.
Wait. Did AMC really acquire Sentai?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did last year. I think was it last year or this year?
No. Why? It's one of the few good movies where Tom Cruise isn't fucking crazy.
Also, one thing I want to add there too, the fun thing about MOP is it has such good writing that they have made a sleepover episode entertaining.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, anyway, I'm worried about them now that they acquired Sentai. I'm wondering if they're going to start putting woke politics into anime, into Sentai.
Please get the
doubt
sign,
it,
Mr.
because
A.
I don't
Get the
think they're
sign,
gonna.
Mr. A. Get the sign. We need it from Cerno.
Okay, Cerno.
In Cerno's
Right here.
defense, he usually come up with anime post-apocalyptic futures.
Well, that is.
Yes, but he said, I wonder if they're gonna put woke politics. He's tempting fate. If that happens, Cerno, I blame you.
Listen up,
by the way,
Lotus.
Didi,
Listen
I
up,
actually-
Lotus.
Yeah, they did
It
actually-
just seems to be a pattern where bigger companies buy out these smaller companies and then they put in their ESG. See, this is the thing about bigger companies. Sentai wasn't following ESG, but if AMC has to follow ESG and they buy out Sentai, well, that's bad news.
I'm surprised no one
hey.
even brought up the fact that Sony bought that one anime store shop thing.
Oh, and
Yeah, we talked about that.
White
I think a week or two ago.
Well, yeah,
or
but
whatever
now,
happened.
like,
What?
right now.
What happened?
White
Okay,
Right stuff was bought out.
Guys, let me fill DD in on this. Fill DD on this. Apparently, it turns out that Crunchyroll actually bought out freaking Right Stuff Anime. And now it's a part of freaking Sony.
But listen up, Lotus. No matter what, Rick and Morty sell the 7 Seas.
I mean, I'm still worried about Wizards of the Coast buying D&D Beyond because of the fact that there's no other site like it where you can do your character sheets and be able to roll by just clicking on the number.
Also, Mega Man Roy actually brings up a point. They're monopolizing anime distribution in the West.
Oh, yeah.
Edie, now I'm worried about my account.
This is why, hey guys, can I say this? This is why I'm slowly becoming a pirate when it comes to anime. So thank you, Sony.
Oh,
You
hey,
make me
Lotus.
go a pirate again, you bastards.
Sell the 7 Seas, Lotus.
Yeah, they're gonna bring back. They're gonna bring.
Because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
They're gonna bring back fan subs because people are gonna just not want to watch the official subs.
Cerno, I've already had to watch a fan sub for Interspecies Reviewer because Fuckamation decided that wasn't part of their
Yeah,
brand.
this is why let's
ignore the various animes that basically have jiggling tits everywhere, where that they've done, but interspecies reviewer, that's where it goes too far.
I'm wondering if Jamie Marchi had something to do with that.
Oh, no. She doesn't get her first name. She's Bitch Cakes.
I'm wondering. I bet you she's the one behind the cancellation. She like saw it and it's like she freaked out and got management to do something.
Oh, the way I see it is she saw it and screamed like, "Oh my God, female bodies going jiggle jiggle! I'm so scared. How come I don't look like this?"
You know what? As much as I wouldn't want to talk to her after what she did to Vic, if I were to find out she was a guest at a con in my area, I would go just to be like, so are you the reason Interspecies Reviewer got canceled? Because I liked that anime and I'm pissed that y'all took it off the air.
I heard there was a lot of cancellations after that.
Basically, I want to see her face when she sees a chick basically being like, I like a show about men fucking women.
Also, the Alienator actually brings up a good point. Also, they didn't promote Voltron Force in 2011. I didn't know it was around until they canceled it after the first season.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is what happened with Symbiotic Titan, because I didn't even know it was a thing until they decided to start showing it again on Adult Swim a couple years back. And I'm like, this is a good show. It must be new. I find out when it comes on, I'm like, why the fuck did they cancel it after one season?
Again,
Yeah.
they didn't give it the time of day. They were focusing on that shitty show, Teen Titans Go.
Oh yeah. One more thing. When it comes, okay, what was it? Okay, you know how they what they did to interspecies reviewers. I think that I think it's about time that copyright laws change so that I don't like this whole internationalized copyright thing, because it makes it so that people it's a disincentive for them globally releasing it. And I think this whole regional thing where you can release it in one country but you can prevent others from buying it shouldn't be a thing. I think
yeah, can we also talk about that one bitch who works for Fuckimation, who basically said if you can't get anime in your country, you're not supposed to watch it then? So basically,
yeah, fuck that.
The Filipino fans.
I just said, but the reason why people pirate anime is because of you people who basically demand that you insert your gender, politics, and all that other nonsense into the work where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, guaranteed piracy would go down if you stop trying to insert shit into it.
Again, I remember someone tweeting something. Piracy is no longer about financial subversion. It's about cultural subversion, because it's not about getting it for free anymore. It's about getting it at all.
Yep.
In my case, it's about getting it without it being fucking fucked with a rusty dildo.
Yeah, and the thing is when it comes to the censorship that they're doing, like, and I've seen Steam do this, is a lot of them are justifying it with especially like around the world. I think a lot of the problem is that it's like, for example, like the Square Enix app that they released. It's basically censored to Indonesian standards or Saudi Arabian standards, because they censor things that would be perfectly fine in America.
Oh yeah, they fucking censored a woman wearing pants and that one knee, someone's kneecap.
Oh yeah, speaking of that type of censorship,
we are dealing with morbidly obese,
it's censored.
virgins.
It's censored to basically Islamic standards.
Oh,
because they want to release the same thing in Saudi Arabia.
Let me read this comic. This was originally making fun of For Shame, but this is a VG Cats comic called Lost in Translation, and you see Luffy from One Piece, and it says, "Welcome to the wonderful world of anime licensing." And I'm gonna say the 4Kids way, because it might as well be 4Kids with what they're doing nowadays. With help from Foxbot the robot. You're mine now, bitch. First, you replace all the orchestral music with rap and hip hop, then select only the most inappropriate voices for each of your characters. You won't be needing these. My ears! Next, you distractingly gut and replace vital script lines, plot points, and character traits. Organs! Finally, you take all these elements and dress them up in an interesting of being kid-friendly. And now your show is ready for air. Purchase rights to the next popular show and repeat. I'm looking at you, Naruto. Aw, ain't he just adorable? And Luffy is just, he's just massacred in the final thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll send a link to Mr. A to post in the private chat. But it's more or less this nowadays. And you're not
Oh, good. I love that.
you're supposed to want to stay away from fucking For Shame.
See, this is the problem though. They keep trying to force stuff, and then they're gonna regret it eventually at this rate. It's like these people don't understand the basic idea of, hey, maybe we should stop trying to censor shit.
Yeah, the thing is, what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to crack down on piracy with more bullshit laws rather than actually give us what we want so that we actually pay for it.
Yeah, because they want us to look at their woke shit that no one wants to see.
Yeah, so they know that because they can't control anime, they have to control it through localization.
Oh
Or
man.
fiddly dee, being a pirate.
Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to kind of question. I wouldn't be surprised if probably make laws in place, but like, hey, we'll make teachers be like, hey, if you see anime, give them an automatic F. No questions, no ask.
Unfortunately, I tried to, not screw over the creators in Japan, but it's getting to where if I want to, actually see it in all its glory and not the let's gut it like a fish version, I have to pirate because that's the only way I'm going to see it.
All right.
Also,
Mega Man Roy Jackson says anime should be available everywhere because anime is an art, and art should help the author artwork, not the company's stupid censorship laws. And also, like, you don't censor entire art museums. You show the art as is.
I actually made a motivational poster a few years back with a picture of the Venus de Milo, and I did a cruelly drawn bra on her. And I basically pointed out that censoring anime is like painting a bra on the Venus de Milo.
That's basically it.
That's basically it. I mean, for fuck's sakes,
Can we see it?
Yeah. So
if I can find it, I'll link y'all later.
I think that the reason why we don't have one global distributor is I do think it's payment processors because, for example, if a Japanese company wants to, it's hard for a Japanese company to accept credit cards in some countries based on the content that they offer, and it's because of Visa and MasterCard. And it's actually the U.S. government. Actually, it's not even Visa and MasterCard. It's the U.S. government because Visa's being sued over the whole Pornhub thing, which they probably didn't even know about what was going on, and yet they're being sued for it.
Wait, they're being sued over porn?
What's going on with Pornhub?
Well, because of the whole issue that Pornhub is having, because they're allegedly irresponsible moderation policies, like from back then. Visa is being held accountable now, which means that basically the payment processors can't be neutral. They have to discriminate, or else something might happen. It's basically this whole thing about risk, legal risk, because of the U.S. government. And they're just what they're going to do is they're not going to tailor their policies to the actual problem. They're just going to do a blanket policy, like they usually do.
Yeah,
this is the issue, though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this to Horikoshi and anyone else I like. Y'all are watching this. I'm not pirating to punish you. I'm pirating because it's the only way I'll be able to see your shit in all its glory.
Yeah, that's probably why we'll never be able to get JCB cards. See, JCB is the Japanese credit card company that they have that actually competes with Visa and MasterCard over in Japan. We're never going to get that because they don't want to be held responsible for what some hentai site might or what some Japanese porn site might do. So the problem is that Visa and MasterCard are being held responsible for what other people do, and usually these companies don't want the risk, so they're just gonna make a broad. They will not differentiate. I don't think they'll differentiate between hentai and actual porn. Which what they should do is decouple those things.
Question: why doesn't Japan just make their own streaming service already? I mean, it's
Because when it like especially when it like comes things like hentai, they would have a problem with the payment processors like Visa and MasterCard. I think that's the issue is that if they can't control via localization, they're going to go after the Visa and MasterCard to cut service. If their Visa and MasterCard is a duopoly, so you're not going to have a brave company.
For me.
Yep, that's why that's what they're. Unless Japan can have like a secret little service where they can mail people prepaid JCB cards or something like that, because that's like JCB is like they're like the Japanese, so that they follow Japanese rules, so they can they don't operate under the U.S. Tyrannical financial police state.
Yeah, and basically there should also be the choice of actually doing freaking VPN.
Yeah.
But,
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think it would be different if the rules that they're going to try to apply to the payment process if they only applied to porn that actually had actual actors involved, because those I do think that it's kind of justifiable to want to verify their age since they're real people and could be abused. You never know. But when it comes to fictional content, if they apply those rules to fictional content, you can't verify the age of a freaking drawing.
But the problem is, though, they probably had the potential for the actors, I mean, when it comes to hentai, they're going to have to verify the age when it comes to these voice actors.
That to me sounds a bit dumb, since if they're anonymous at least.
I mean,
freaking here's the thing. It turns out that like they usually say, like at the beginning of every
voice
hentai video I've actually watched, like whenever I got a physical copy, it actually would tell you that none of the people are actually aged 19 or under, so there's no minors under that. So everybody's like 19 plus, and it's actually not for people to the age of 18.
But guess what? Even if they were 20 years old, these idiots would still say minor because the smooth brain it dictates that a 20-something-year-old is still, for whatever reason, a child.
I swear, if these people think I'm a child, yet I have a baby face and I'm 5'7",
well, here's
I am about to spring at them.
The thing is, with voice actors, you could have them remain anonymous, so there wouldn't be any backlash towards them. See, I think the issue with things like porn is it's not the actual thing itself that it's damaging. It's the backlash. It's the moralistic backlash, like not being whatsoever. They're not hired for anything or anything is because of the moralistic backlash, the pearl clutching. That's where the real damage comes from, is the pearl clutching.
You mean the bitching and moaning from the Karens and the sissies?
Yeah, it's mostly your right wing, your far right evangelical types that basically keep this bullshit up.
It's even more scary. I'm white wing, and I don't think the way these people think.
You're more of a libertarian then. You're not really you're not like the evangelicons. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
God damn! I forgot how many base art I did.
Yeah. The only reason why I think real porn actors should have their age verified is because of human trafficking, and I don't think it would be as bad. I think it might not be as bad now that Ukraine's getting invaded, because I heard they're actually a human trafficking hub.
It's even sadder that actor consultants are sick of this shit. Like, I'm like, we're tired of your censoring stuff.
Yeah. So the invasion of Ukraine might reduce the amount of human trafficking, depending on afterwards if there's an actual sane, non-corrupt government put in by the people of Ukraine.
I don't know about that.
Listen, when it comes to censorship, it's basically telling a man he cannot have a steak because the baby cannot eat it.
Yeah, and
in fact, that's what Mark said. Basically, the whole saying is censorship is like telling a man he can't have a steak because a baby can't chew it. Therefore, he must live on a diet of skim milk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the whole issue, like the reason why the whole issue of human trafficking relates is because a lot of these rules that the payment process and stuff are being forced to put in is because human trafficking is mostly what happens is the core issue of why CP even exists. So if we could get rid of human trafficking and shut that down, there would be a lot less of the illegal shit around, being created and being proliferated.
True.
So I think we should
Also,
focus on they should really focus on that.
Mega Man Roy actually brings up a good point. Censorship doesn't protect anyone. Censorship is an attack on freedom.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, exactly. Because it's like, and I say this time again, it's like some people look at me like, well, the amount of times I have to worry about, like, oh God, if I put my art out there on Discord, there go my Discord account. Because if I make art that's so-called suggestive by Discord standards, I'm like, do I really have to preach my art to the grave? Do I really have to be this paranoid?
Mr. A.
What?
Did you share the VG Cats comic link that I sent?
Not yet. Besides.
Well, I
What?
want to send another link because I found the thing I made, but I don't want you to forget to do the VG Cats thing.
I'll actually do the VG Cats as soon as I'm done wrapping up here. So let's wrap this up.
I kind of wanted everyone in the stream to see it. That's why I sent you the link.
Okay, hold on. Let me just actually post this in the private chat and basically, let me just go with this.
And the thing is that I think a lot of the problem is that a lot of these and if we can get rid of the reason that they want to get rid of like all porn in general, if we can get rid of the excuses that they use, I don't know if that's ever going to happen though under the corrupt government we have today.
It will reduce it though, but they will still find more excuses to bitch about it though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if it wasn't so prolific, there'd be less of a reason for them to light their hair on fire.
True. You're not one.
And I think that in crime in general is I think a lot of it has to do with international corrupt governments just letting crime happen.
It's a damn shame that we finally got to where people weren't pirating as much, and then they do this crap, and now we're gonna go back to pirating.
I mean,
honestly, I think the first
shared it under the I actually shared it under the general of the OUN. So
well, can you share the link to my motivational poster here, please? Because I really don't want other people looking through my DeviantArt. I've had it since I was like 15, so it's an embarrassment of mine.
Wait,
I'm definitely going to want to watch it now.
Yeah, the thing.
Hold on. Okay, I gotta put in this stuff.
Look, I did a lot of cringy stuff as a teenager. I'm sure I got a married somewhere.
Oh, this is going to be golden.
I kind of want to see this now.
Hey, Mr. A, why do you look frozen in this screen right here?
I don't know.
Because you're a bad boy.
Real quick, so basically,
it's really too bad that a lot of the stuff going on in the world is indirectly affecting our hobbies.
There we go. Anyway, hold on. Let me just actually share what freaking in the private chat here. Hold on. Let me go here.
Because I've had this this account since I was a teenager, and I probably got a Mary Sue somewhere because I was a dumb teenager.
Well, anyway, let's call it good here, guys. So,
yeah.
Well, can I wait to see what everyone's opinion of my demotivational poster is?
It's on point. It's very on point.
I'll go first. I actually like the way how you did it, though.
I like it.
I mean, all I did was use MS Paint for the bra, but it's like For Shame did the same thing with One Piece and stuff. So
basically, it's not about like your artistic style. It's about the principle of censorship, and that I totally agree.
Yeah. And plus, to me, if you had to censor something, and then if you forced to do it, then you need to have a backbone. I'm sorry to tell you this. Like, we live in a world where you should be an adult. If I can understand kids not to see that stuff, then that's up to the parents.
The parents should be protecting their kids.
Stop raising the stream. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's call it good here. So.
All right.
Okay, can I go first? My phone's about to die.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. anyone watching this who does anime dubbing, stop trying to insert shit. This is why piracy is going high on the rise again. Because you're doing this stupid shit. Stop doing this stupid shit. Bye.
All right. Now,
All I gotta say is this: if you have to censor your art, can you really say you're an artist? Be free. Don't limit yourself.
all right. Sir, no.
Yeah. Basically, I hope that we can get someone in office that will take care of the whole human trafficking problem in the world, because without that you would have less of the issues that cause these payment processors to make these blanket things that also affect fictional content as well. So if we didn't have that problem, I think that we would actually have a service in Japan that would be able to take credit cards from anywhere in the world that for fictional characters. But instead, these companies have to make these blanket policies to have these strict policies that basically really affect fictional content, as even though it's not really designed to. The blanket policies don't differentiate. So it's because of this whole issue and the fact that we have such incompetent people in government that can't seem to deal with things, that we have this problem we have today, where fiction is being censored for de-risking purposes from these payment processors.
All right. Theo.
Alright, Heathen, so it's great, it was fun. Get ready for the video that I'm making about Bridget. Tomorrow I have the day off, so I still gotta do a session with Dee Dee, but it should be either Tuesday or Wednesday when I have it out. And lastly, Bridget is a femboy. Cope, Seath, mode.
Yeah.
No, let your desires burn brightly.
Oh yeah, and let your desires burn brightly.
There we go. That's the deal we know. Anyway, Shadow.
He was becoming a sus imposter for a sec. Anyway, stick with the shadows, because at the end of the day, the darkness is always with you.
All right, guys. Thank you all for coming aboard, dealing with my craziness. I hope to actually have a little chat with Doug Tennapel later, hopefully. And
Are you gonna
also,
make it a
as
live
always,
stream?
I don't know if he's going to be live streaming. He just wants to actually just sit down and just talk to me about it. But he says he's going to be using a StreamYard, so I don't know if I could be able to bring you guys aboard. But I will give you guys like a little confirmation about what he said. And
Will you guys link us the video in the private?
if he
not
actually
private,
does record it, I'll see if I can get the video, and then I'll link it so that way you guys can see. So anyway,
Okay.
guys, just remember these 4 things. Respect the waifus of fan service, enjoy your fandoms, embrace your degeneracy, as long as it's legal, doesn't harm you or anyone else. Anime is freedom, and until the next time we meet again, this is Mr. Anime 343 saying, God, anime, mecha, and BTD waifu fucking speed. Goodbye and stay awesome. Yep, I will.